and then the true
Okay.
picture of the power of our business model
That's
took
when
off.
it took off.
So
All right. Guys, the title of today's video is that Alpine 4 technology provides preliminary guidance of 33.5 million to 35 million in revenue. So we're about to check this out for all the people who are doing or research into Alpine 4. Should I buy it? Should I not? I've seen in the Discord group, which the link is down below, people have been mentioning like, RIP Alpine 4. Some people are showing like, they regret it with broken love hearts because of the dips and all kinds of stuff. So we're about to check out some of this information and hopefully it's of value to you guys as well. But with all of that being said, YouTube, it's Ronnie MP. Whoop!
It's RonnyMP.com.
Want to join my free gift card giveaway? Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on the notification. Then let me know that you subscribe down below. That's it. Hey yo, what's good YouTube? You know who it is. It's your boy Ronny MP. Thank you and welcome to a brand new video of It's Ronny MP. The show will bring you guys a bunch of videos suggested by you guys and you guys only. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. All the links you need is in the description box down below.
Corrado. Joining me right now is Kent Wilson, CEO at Alpine 4
Technologies.
Ken, great to see you and Happy New Year. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well,
good,
thank you.
Asking. Kent, before we get into the news of the day, why don't you just give us a recap of what Alpine 4 managed to achieve
This guy
in
loves
2020?
Wearing that suit, I've seen him with that suit before.
2020 was an interesting year for everybody, right?
Yeah.
It brought on challenges that, are frankly unprecedented in the business climate that generations have seen. The challenges that presented us were, no different. I think that the way we handled those challenges really is what is the the big claim for fame for us. When I set out in 2020, we had a robust plan of uplisting to the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ. That got called off and put on hold due to the effects of COVID. We had to pivot and change and really look at our business plan. If you look at
so that pivot and change is quite key for me because you obviously want to be invested or involved in, I mean, it's not by force, but a business that has the ability to be able to pivot and change is often a good thing, because some people or some businesses remain stagnant when there's an obstacle in front of them. They're like, okay, and they'll just ponder around, but they're not actually taking action. So right off the bat, it's good, but obviously because Alpine 4 Technology is basically a holding company, where I personally see the future growth or the potential is their ability to acquire other businesses that could potentially just take them up to that next level. So that's what I'm sort of still looking into this and seeing whether it's worth it or not and all of that great stuff. But let's carry on with the video.
Maintain, invest, divest, kill list. We went through and looked at our products and services and even some subsidiaries and went through that analogy. And what we came out of that, it was a much stronger company. We shut down some products and services, even rolled one subsidiary into another one to make us more efficient. That was some of the good things that came out of being forced to slow down and look at things. The downside is, we had some lost revenue. And even with that lost revenue, we still turned out a pretty fantastic growth rate for 2020 . So
you hear that?
Talking about the news of the day, you have actually raised your guidance of between 33.5 to 35 million in revenue. What's kind of giving you the confidence to increase
to be able to do that?
Well,
basically, in other words, what do you guys know that we don't know as investors that we could maybe capitalize on and take advantage of? That's literally what she's asking. So that's why let's see what he's got to say.
Quite often for us, because we're adding new subsidiaries all the time. However,
I said in
light of what we've done in the last year with adding Impossible Aerospace, really honestly value, even though it technically closes in 2021, we really finished that in 2020, and the acquisition of Excel Fabrication in early 2020. We feel that, well, even though they're certain segments are, pretty stable for us. Other segments have fluctuated up and down. And so we raised our guidance and felt comfortable after the numbers. We try to get them reported in by about the 7th of each month. And we were able to kind of formulate, even with revenue recognition issues, we should fall in line between those two numbers. Looking at where we broke off into our segments of companies that we really wanted to invest in, we really had great success in our manufacturing technology space. We added some very robust technology EV partners, electric vehicle partners last year in 2020, and that came from investing pretty heavily early in 2020 into some new SMT equipment that allows to gain in more efficiencies, but also customers that needed the precision of this new equipment could provide, and it paid off for us. We also saw some of our stabilizer companies like Deluxe Sheet Metal regress a little bit because one of their biggest customers, Notre Dame, I've planned around recessions before, but never
this magnitude
labor pool. And so that not being able to go onto the campus of Notre Dame, brought Deluxe's revenue down. But the good news is it's not gone revenue, it's just delayed revenue. So 2021, probably starting in later Q2, should be very robust for Deluxe. That's a positive side. Yep. And then we, with the
I'm not sure whether to take him up on that or not, because he said it's not revenue that's gone, but it's just delayed. Maybe, as I said, they know something we don't know. But I mean, all I know is as when somebody finalizes and pays with cash, then that's when I count it as revenue. So I'm not sure if they're talking about they've got a backlog of orders that are, I don't know, that are yet to be fulfilled, or not even verbal, but written contracts of proof. I don't know, but if you think you've got an idea what he means, then clarify in the comment section down below on some of this delayed revenue. But I believe that was the good time anyways to jump in and tell you that the platform that I use is Trading 212 to be able to buy everything. So all of the shares and everything else that I've purchased in the stock market, I use Trading 212 for all the people that are new and you don't know. That rhymed. I use Trading 212 for all the people that are new. Spitting these bars, but that's the platform I use. Deposit £1 into the account and they'll give you a share that's valued up to £100. Don't forget to use that link for your free money in the description box down below.
Our aerospace technology portfolio of companies. I mean, look what it did to our market cap, and that's really wanted to talk to you about the value of our business model, DSF, driver stabilizer facilitator. For the last 4.5 years, we really grabbed on stabilizers and facilitators. And that had a fairly mediocre stock price, but gave stability. And it gave people the ability to say, hey, this is more than just some fleeting moment of a company. And then we added a driver company. And then the true picture of the power of our business model took off. And so we're excited about 2020. And frankly, 21's looking pretty bright too.
Yeah. So what can we look out for? I mean, with these achievements of your portfolio companies and these recent acquisitions, what's on the horizon here?
Yeah, 2021 is, we're still feeling the lingering effects of COVID, but all indications show that we should regain a lot of that lost revenue that we missed in 2020. So without any more acquisitions, we're looking at anywhere from 43 to 51.
So correct me if I'm wrong. You said a lot of that lost revenue. You just said it then, but earlier on he said delayed revenue. They should be able to gain it back. So I don't know if there's a conflict there or interesting.
$1 billion in revenue, and the spike in above the 44, 51. Any more acquisitions?
I want to hear that
We're
again.
looking at anywhere from 43 to 51 million dollars in revenue, and the spike in above the the $44 million range is really coming from picking up lost revenue from that we or delayed revenue from 2020. We are working and this isn't like anything new, right? We're a company of acquisition, and so we are actively looking for companies, and we're involved in about 3 different.
And that's where I mentioned, I mentioned that they've got a real serious potential, because it seems like that's one of the main cards, not the only, but one of the main cards that they have on the table that they can, use to their strengths. It seems like they're constantly looking to bring on some big boys or some potential big boys that could just destroy it for their company. So that's one thing that's powerful. But then again, it's also one thing that might be the opposite, because if you bring on the wrong kind of players, and if you do that already twice, that's digging into a lot of cash that could have been deployed elsewhere. If you bring in the third one or fourth, fifth, and you still haven't found the winner yet, it starts to get a bit, you get what I mean? So cash intensive, or you're now burning through cash and bringing on losers rather than winners. So we really do hope they have the right people in place to be able to scour out these companies and look through, up and down basically, and search the company and say, okay, I think this would be a good fit for this holding company, Alpine 4 Technologies, and then move forward basically, and let's see what will come out of that outcome. As always, if you're finding value in this video, then you already know what to do. Destroy that like button. I mean, smash it. Don't take it lightly. Just destroy it like it doesn't exist. All right.
If we close, let's say that we close 3 of them again in 2020.
3 of what? The same companies?
And we're involved in about 3 different companies through due diligence right now. That if we close, let's say that we close 3 of them again in 2020, that could easily double, maybe 1.5 times
the revenue,
grow the size of Alpine, and we could be looking at 100 million to 120 million in revenue with those acquisitions. So that's the positive side, and that's the benefit of investing in a company like Alpine 4. We're constantly growing. We're adding new pieces of the puzzle.
I did say at the beginning.
And, when we add our next driver company, imagine what that will do to our stock price.
Yeah, looking forward to following
Good point.
the story, Ken. Thanks so much.
Good point. Seems like the future looks bright for them. But then again, I'm not sure if a lot of it is speculative or not. But what we do know, though, Alpine 4 is a company that they've got some... It seems like they've got some tricks up their sleeves, okay? And the main really driver, I personally believe anyways, is the ability to acquire more or new companies, or maybe even some established companies, but basically to be able to bring in another player that's going to add value. And it's all about the value game, okay? It doesn't make sense bringing in a company that doesn't improve Alpine 4's technology's position. So they want to be constantly making maybe incremental, gains. But overall, when you analyze that over the couple of years that's going to be coming, it might do, a tiny bit of incremental gains. And then all of a sudden, vroom, that exponential gain, because they've been building up that, that sort of baseline for them to then potentially explode. You can never 1,000% know these. If you come across a YouTuber that's telling you 1,000%, they're lying to you. You can never know 1,000%, but what we can do is we can do our due diligence and do some research and see, okay, does this seem feasible or not? If it seems feasible, then by all means go with your guts. So that's what I always tell you guys. I bring you guys all of this, but at the end of the day, it's your money, your hard-earned money that you've been sweating away in your jobs. So please don't let anyone else, apart from you, make the final call. All right, guys? So be sure to smash that like button. As always, it means a ton. It really does help get this video out there for every single person that's a entrepreneur and that's looking to level up their game. So that notification bell and that subscribe button. Whilst you're down there, the Discord link is popping, so go ahead and join. And then obviously don't forget about Trading 212. Link is in the bio. All right, guys, by watching this video, do not waste your time. Don't forget to tell your haters to get in line, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out, much love, and bye-bye. Oh yeah, check out that awesome video. If you loved watching this video, you're definitely gonna love watching these two. And then the subscribe button is right there. Peace out. For there. Yeah.